Sometimes the greatest battles aren't fought on a field. They're fought in the quiet corners of the heart, where no one sees but God. And few people in Scripture show this more clearly than Joseph. Joseph was a young man ripped away from his home, betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and placed in a land that didn't share his faith, his values, or his God. Yet through it all, one truth rises above the rest. Joseph walked with God when nobody else would have blamed him if he didn't. But then came one of the greatest tests of his life, a temptation so strong, so relentless, so private, that many men before him and many men after him would have fallen. Potiphar's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph. Day after day, she tried to pull him into sin. She offered comfort, pleasure, escape from pain, and a moment of relief in a life that had already been nothing but hardship. But Joseph did something powerful. He didn't argue with the temptation. He didn't sit in the room and explain himself. He didn't try to manage it or reason with it. He ran. He ran because he feared God more than he desired sin. He ran because he had already settled in his heart who he belonged to. He ran because he knew that one moment of pleasure could destroy a lifetime of testimony. Why did Joseph act the way he did? Because long before temptation ever knocked on his door, Joseph had already chosen his master. His heart was committed, his loyalty was fixed, and his walk with God was more valuable than anything sin could offer. What challenges did he face? Isolation, rejection, unfair treatment, betrayal, loneliness, all the things that often make people vulnerable to sin. The devil tries to strike hardest when the heart is tired, wounded, or discouraged. But Joseph held the line, not because it was easy, but because he feared God. Why did he succeed in staying faithful? Not because he was stronger, not because he was superhuman, and not because he was perfect, but because he stayed close to the Lord. When temptation came, Joseph wasn't standing in his own strength, he was standing in God's. And that's the lesson for us. Temptation will come. It comes to the old, the young, the strong, the weak, the lonely, the successful, the discouraged, to all of us. But victory is possible when the heart is settled before the battle ever begins. Joseph shows us one simple truth. When temptation comes, distance is your strength and obedience is your protection. Step away from what pulls you down, guard your heart, and choose the path that honors God. Because the same God who stood with Joseph stands with you today.